What's up, y'all? It's your boy G, Kansas City, Missouri. Aloha. Going to be taking you with me to do some virtual window shopping in the Kansas City area for some investment properties. Let's go. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is go to redfin.com, and then we're going to type in Kansas City, Missouri. This is where we're going to be going to do some window shopping, virtual window shopping for some investment properties. I'm going to check for sale, make sure that everything is good there. Then we're going to go to price. I'm going to put in $20K to start with. And for the maximum, we're going to go ahead and put in about $100,000. So in between that range is where we want to look for properties. Let's see here. Then we want to go to home type, and then we're going to check two things. We're going to check house and multifamily. We're not looking for any condos or any land or anything like that. All right, so I'm going to just zoom in here to see what we got. And this is the Kansas City metro area. What I'm going to do is, what I want to look for first is just multifamily property. So we're just going to go ahead and click on house so that only multifamily is selected. And if you look here, only one property is actually showing. It's one for $80,000, dap smack in the middle of the Kansas City metro area. And just looking at the property, looking at the description, says that it's a tax abatement. I'm not exactly sure what that is, but sounds rather complicated and outside the scope of what I'm willing to deal with. I'm looking at this property and it looks pretty beat up from the outside, and there's no pictures or anything on the inside of any of the rooms or anything, so I'm going to go ahead and bypass that one. And I'm going to try to see if I can get more of a bigger selection on the screen by putting in 150. And it looks like only that one still shows up, and I'm not willing to go over 150 for a multifamily duplex. That particular one that we were looking at was a triplex, and usually once you get into the triplexes and quadplexes, that can get pretty complicated with city regulations and loans and things like that. So I want to stay within like the duplex, selection. Right now, let's see here. Looking at the Kansas City region, and so I put in 100K, and I'm looking at single family homes. There was a friend of mine that sent me a picture, and I had asked her, what areas do I want to stay away from? What are the high crime areas? And she sent me a picture and she circled it. So I have an idea of where I want to look and where I do not want to look. And so just by looking at the picture that she sent, it looks like there's a couple of properties down at the bottom of the map that's outside of that region. It's closer to the Overland Park area. We have this one here that's like a bungalow style. I'm looking at the picture, and it looks like I could already tell that there's one red flag, which is the roof. The roof is kind of bowed in, and it happens with the age of some of these properties, and of course weather damage over the years. Maybe the rain or snow has been heavy and it just kind of leaned in over it. Just looking at the pictures inside, actually looks pretty decent so far. I'm not sure if that's real wood floors or if that's Pergo. Looks like they got some furniture in there that all white. They really thought they were doing something with that. Actually looks pretty good. Looking at the kitchen, it might need a little work. It looks like they got all stainless steel appliances. I'm not sure if that countertop was quartz or granite, but we still could do some work on that in that kitchen. A lot of the rooms are, they're painted, and probably just use a repaint or something like that. I'm looking up at the top there. It looks like there could be some mold issues or some separating of the ceiling. I'm not exactly sure. Just looking in the backyard, it looks like there's a hill that The trampoline is on. If you ever tried to cut grass on a hill, that could be a challenge sometimes. So, but anyways, we'll go to the next property. Outside of that circled region, that's near the Overland Park area. We got this property here. Do you like what you see? Yeah. Do you like what you see? It keeps asking me that. So we're gonna go ahead and X out of that. Okay, I'm looking at this property with all this ivy and stuff on it. I'm not exactly sure how I feel about that. Yeah, I mean, if it was like a $500,000 property in all brick, yeah, it looked really good with the ivy, but just being like a $100,000 property, nah, probably not. Looking at some of these rooms, and it looks pretty dark, but it doesn't look too beat up. Looks like the kitchen could use some renovating. We can get some stainless steel appliances up in there, maybe just repaint some of the appliances. Looks like it has a fireplace there. I would never use it, but to some people, they think that's a little more valuable. So, that's a good thing to have. It looks like there's a lot of carpet in this home, so I would have to rip up all the carpet and put maybe some pergo or some type of artificial wood-like flooring down. Like I said, I'm not sure how I feel about the ivy. It does have one garage there, I see. I didn't know if there were any pictures of it. They probably didn't put any up, or maybe I did see them, but I just didn't pay attention. But this particular one has been on the market for, it says 18 days. The yard space was over 6,000, so that's pretty good. This particular one, if you put 20% down, that'll be 18.8, so 19K down. And with pity, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, that'll leave your monthly payments $657 per month. So that, it's affordable. And if you're looking for something that is, in a decent neighborhood, that might be an option for you. I'm gonna take a look here at let's see here. Take a look at the map. So if you look at the map, there's a boulevard that's called E Cleaver. That's kind of in the middle, up north a little bit. So the circled area is below the E Cleaver Boulevard, and so what we want to do is go slightly above that in that area. And of course, this is all Kansas City, so I mean, you're not going to completely just do away with crime areas and what have you, but if you had the option, you could probably pick something a little better than other areas. So we're going to go just above E Cleaver Boulevard. We're going to type in about 75K for this one and look at some of these properties. We got a couple here on the right hand side, and so I'll start with those since that would be pretty much the better area. Let's look at this $47,000 one. I'm looking at this and this doesn't look good at all. This doesn't have a lot of curb appeal. When you look at the photographs, it doesn't look like it has walls. Looks like you would have to do some drywall work. Taking a look at this one here, and it looks a little better as far as curb appeal. They got some fresh paint on the outside, got the canopy. It looks like a shop almost. But if you take a look at some of the pictures on the inside, let's see here. Yeah, it's got something going on with the windows, and maybe needs a new window seal. Oh yeah, it's got some. Oh yeah. See, with this floor, that's well beyond the scope of what I'm willing to deal with. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on this property. That's something that somebody else could take a look at. Somebody with more skills than me, obviously. So. But let's see here. What else we got? Just looking at in the middle of the map. And just looking at this one. Yeah, this one doesn't look good at all either to me. Got the top window missing. Got a door missing. This looks like a squatter's area. It looks like in the middle of a jungle or something like that. Let's see if we could do a little better than that. So what I'm doing is clicking on the map and the prices, but what might work a little better is if I actually go to the site, and then that way I could look at the properties first and then choose that way, so I could tell off top what looks more appealing to me and what doesn't. Let's take a look at this property here. This yellow one. They want $64,900 for it. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. It's big yellow elongated property. Just looking at it, actually looks pretty decent on the inside. I'm not sure if the floors are all wood, probably not, but that kitchen could use some updating, so we get some good appliances in there. Got a shower there that looks, it's unique. We'd probably make some small changes in that. Looks like this room used to belong to Miss Ellie at one point. Taking a look, it's got a basement here. It doesn't look like could use some TLC. There's a driveway there. Usually driveways will go to like a garage area, but that one goes straight to the storage or the basement at the bottom. And there's some stairs there just in case, if this wouldn't be a good rental property for someone that doesn't like stairs. So there's that. Let's see here. Yeah, it looks like a decent property. It's been on the market for 74 days. 4,791 square foot lot. And if you look at the pricing, if you put 20% down, you would be paying about $13,000, and with pity, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, that'll be about $450 a month. All that stuff was already included, and they put it in there as one package for you. Of course, it's not going to be exact, but it'll be about $450 a month. So yeah, you could. Once you get 20% down, $450 a month, you might could do something like that. That's not difficult to keep up, even if that's like a car payment or something like that for these rental properties. It's not much at all. Let's see here. Let's take a look at. Let me see. This is the $70,000 one down there. Okay, that's like on the border of like 85th and slightly outside of that circle that she was mentioning. Just taking a look at the siding and the stucco, make sure that it's in good shape. I'm not sure why the stove is in the middle of the living room or whatever. Looks like it does have a fireplace, so that's good. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Flooring looks pretty decent. I'm not sure if that countertop is granite or what, but it doesn't look like there's any appliances in the kitchen, so might could do some light work in that kitchen to make it look a little better. Looks like it does have a basement. Not exactly sure how finished it is. It's not really decent pictures with that. But yeah, it looks pretty good from the outside. What I like to do is just look at the neighbors. So look at the houses on the side. Look at their landscaping, their grass, and what they have. I see a car that's parked on the side. That's not even a driveway. So gotta just pay attention to stuff like that. Stuff that would probably decrease the value of the home a little bit. Let's see, this one, 2 bedroom, of course, 1 bath, $70,000, 63 days on Redfin, 4,000 square foot lot, so a little smaller than the ones that we saw a little earlier. Let's get into the pricing for this. If you put 20% down, that would be $14,000. With pity, that would bring your cost to approximately $450 a month, just like the last one. And this stuff is pretty affordable. You could find $450 laying around somewhere a month. Of course, these are going to be rental properties, so people are going to be renting these, and you would pay that. You would use that money in order to pay the mortgage. But how much you would charge, I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to do a little more research to figure that out. But see here, let's continue to look at the properties. There's one for $40,000. I wasn't expecting much for $40,000. Let me just take a look. It's like a little shack on the outside, and yeah, it doesn't have walls in that one, so that might be a little too much work for me. So we're gonna bypass that one. And let's take a look here, scrolling down the side. Let me see here. Let's take a look at this one. It's like a little bungalow. I'm taking a look at it doesn't look, if you look at the bottom, it looks like the base is a little off. It's not really level. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. It looks like they tried to do their own renovation here with I want to say the bricks or whatever on the side of the wall for, like an effect or whatever. The flooring looks decent. Doesn't look like it's real wood. Looks like it's like a pergo or something. That kitchen definitely needs updating. I always pay attention to stuff like the stove not having a hood and where it's located. So might have to get possibly a hood or something for that stove. Refrigerator needs to be updated. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of like an open concept kitchen. See here, the bathroom floor looks pretty good, but yeah, could use some updating. Probably get a shower door instead of the curtain. The bathroom's a little small, so it could probably use something to open up the space. I'm not exactly sure what that would be. Maybe a smaller vanity or something. But yeah, the rooms look decent. It's the backyard. It's a driveway there. And yeah, it's a decent little bungalow. Let's see, they want $59 for that 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It's been on the market for 123 days. 5,000 square foot, so decent sized yard. And let's get into the numbers as far as pricing. If I put 20% down, that'll be $11,800, so $12,000, which will bring the cost to $398. That's actually pretty good, right? For that home there, you could probably, it is really small, 642 square foot, so it's a small bungalow home, but you could get some renters in there and cover the cost of the mortgage, of course. All right, so let's take a look here. I'm gonna take a look at this home. This one caught my eye because it has more curb appeal, so we're gonna see exactly what it looks like inside. I do like the outside. I like the brick and the colors. Looks like the lawn is landscaped real nice. That lattice in the front, obviously that would need to be replaced. And let's take a look here. If you were to go to the porch, okay, yeah, definitely needs a little work, a little TLC. But overall, and I like to take a look at the neighbor's house just to see what theirs look like. I don't know what it's like, the attic is covered up or what have you. Looking across the street, just taking a good look at all the neighbors and what their yards look like and what their homes look like to get an idea for what the neighborhood is actually like. See, there's a fireplace there. Of course, like I said, I wouldn't use it, but the residents or the tenants may want to use that. Looking at this floor, the floor looks, we might have to, it looks like real wood. However, you might need to strip it, sand it, and just recoat it, refinish it. That's what it looks like. These older homes, this is what the grading looks like for heating. I'm looking at the ceiling. I'm not sure, that maybe there was a leak at some point, but got to pay attention to stuff like that. Make sure that leak is sealed. Looking at this kitchen. This kitchen looks pretty small. I'm not sure if that countertop is granite or not. The cabinets look okay, but definitely needs some work. I would replace some of the appliances, maybe that floor. maybe arrange some things a little better to make the extend the space. You know, maybe need some more painting or something, but it doesn't have a lot of counter space in this home. So I would figure out a solution with that. I see a wall there, so maybe just add some additional shelving or something. I'm not sure, but yeah. Again, this floor, I'm not exactly sure what happened to it, but some areas it does look damaged. You see some scratches on the ground, or maybe that's paint. I'm not exactly sure, but taking a look at the bathroom, doesn't look too bad. You know, get a shower door in there, might actually work. You know, just some minor updates. Got the toilet paper roll there. They should just took that out altogether. Yeah, so this is the back porch area. I'm not exactly sure. It's the backyard. Oh, okay, yeah, it's kind of like a little porch, an enclosed porch. Backyard looks pretty decent. That wood looks pretty new. I mean, usually when you got red colored wood, it changes color over the years. That wood looks rather red, so it looks to be a little newer, I guess. They could have just refinished it a while ago. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, this is a decent home as well. They want 68 for this. Is a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 812 square feet. Now, it did mention that the resident would pay $895, and that's good because it gives me an idea for what I could rent this one out for. So I'm going to actually use that number to see if I could do some simple math to determine, you know, the return on the investment, and see if, you know, how long it's going to take to pay this completely off, and to see if this is, you know, once we get it completely paid off, then it would be all profits. So this is a 30-year fixed, 6.9, $461 a month, 20% down would be $13,600, so $14K. So if you take a calculator, I'm gonna see if we can get this math going. So the cost of this is 68, and then you would minus the down payment, which would be the 13,600, and then that would give you that amount. So that's the principal there. The rent you would charge would be $900, so that would be over 60 months, and then you would divide that by 12. So it would take maybe about 5 years to pay this completely off, approximately. And then once it's paid completely off, it's going to be all profits. Of course, you'd pay the taxes on it and everything, but you know, once you pay it off, hey, it's all yours. See what I'm saying? Window shop till you drop. Any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. Or if you have experience in real estate shopping, or you want to let me know exactly what your experience was, let me know in the comments below. It's your boy G, Kansas City, Missouri. Be blessed. I'll at you later. Aloha. If this video was of value to you, like, comment, share, subscribe, and as always, it's your boy G. Be blessed. I'll holler at you later. Aloha.